Hey, my name is Jeff and welcome to my new series called Waze Chronicles, where I'll be discussing car and travel related technology. Each video will consist of 3 parts. In part 1, I'll review an app. In part 2, I'll review a gadget. And lastly, part 3 will be dedicated to story time, where I'll cover a story, whether personal or something I found on the internet. And if you'd like to help contribute, feel free to submit an app, gadget, or story using the link below. That's it for the intro. Now let's get on our ways. So part 1 is all about apps, and if you know me, you know I love software. Now for the first app, I thought it wouldn't feel right if I didn't talk about Waze, since Waze is technically in the title of the show. So now what's my take on Waze? Well, to be honest, I really like Waze a lot. I use it every single time I drive, even if I'm driving a short distance, because you never really know what could pop up on the map. Which leads me to my next point. The number one reason why I use Waze is for safety. Being aware of dangers on the road in real time is useful, but it also could save your life. I like the UI better than other GPS apps though. It could be a little bit better. And it's just really useful when it comes to traffic jams on the day-to-day. And you know, it's not perfect. I've run into some issues from time to time. Something that happened at least 3 or 4 times was Waze was really good at avoiding traffic, but then it kept bringing me directly into road closures and construction zones. For some reason, I don't know why, the construction zones were on Waze. They were already listed, but it just kept bringing me into them. Sometimes I'll have server issues where the app will freeze, or it'll still be working, but I'll be in like this weird offline mode. So yeah, Waze is missing a few features, but I do think that their reporting feature is crucial for driving safely. And now we're on part 2 of the video where I pick a car-related gadget, and the gadget of the day is the Belkin Universal Car Mount. You can find it on Belkin's website or on Amazon for $30. Fits your smartphone like a glove. So I would like show you the car mount right now in my hands, but I'm actually using it to like display my notes on my phone right now. But of course I'll throw up some screenshots and some B-roll on the screen so you can get a better look. But yeah, overall it fits different size smartphones. I actually find it easier to suction to the windshield because instead of using a clamp like you see on traditional GPS units and mounts like with Garmin, for example, it actually uses a twisting mechanic instead, which I find easier. I don't know if it actually is technically easier than a clamp. It won't leave glue in your windshield like some other items found on Amazon. That actually happened to me before I got this little guy. It looks nice. It's got a symmetrical design. It's lightweight. And for $30, it's just inexpensive enough where it's not really a big deal if it broke or got lost or got stolen or your friend borrowed it and you never got it back. So for $30, it's just in that sweet spot where you know it's going to be like pretty decent. But if you had to buy a couple of them, say you have a couple cars, or maybe you just want to have an extra one handy in case you're going on a long trip and your main one breaks and you really need GPS to get back home. So that's another reason. So for $30, not bad. Also makes a great gift. Okay, so this is the third and final part of the video that I like to call story time. And this is probably one of my oldest automobile related stories. So my girlfriend at the time was driving us home at night on the highway, sometime between like 8 and 11 p.m. on like a Friday or Saturday. And we were driving home from like a dinner or a movie, you know, and we're listening to music, we're cruising, you know, as we normally would do on the weekends. And we would go out at least once on the weekends every week almost. So, you know, this was like a regular routine, you know, go to dinner, see a movie, maybe see some friends, maybe pick up some CDs, you know, because CDs were relevant back then. So we're driving and we see something up ahead in the middle of the road. And as we get closer, we realize it's a steel ladder on the highway spread across the 2 middle lanes. And luckily there are 4 lanes on this highway at this point, you know, and we quickly merged to the right lane. The speed limit was like 65, so we were probably going 65, probably 70 miles per hour. Imagine what would happen if you hit a metal ladder going that fast. Luckily, not many people were out that night, but it could have been a lot worse. This is the number one reason why I use Waze. And if Waze existed back then, we would have most likely seen this report on the app, or we would have been the first people to at least report it to help other people stay safe. So yeah, that's the end of the story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in episode 2.